Yes. This angle's better over there. Come in, people. Come in. I said the Rick Ross robe, you know. Yeah, every now and then the robe comes out. Every now and then. Special occasions. Right. So Tech Fifth said J Wisdom, come on. Someone called T said, I'm in uni right now doing law. No lie, there's no student who lives on my street who has a CLA. Every time I walk past his car, I think these are the people J was speaking about in his videos. Yeah, trust me. Like I say in my videos, once you see it, you can't unsee it. So, you know, I might say certain things today, or I might say certain things in the past and that, and it won't make sense at the time. But over time, give it 6 months, give it 12 months. Hopefully, it just only takes a few weeks for you to see what I'm actually saying is true. You know what I mean? Obviously, certain things need to occur. Like, let's say, I don't know, family members or whatever, or this person's taking the piss and they're like, right, JY's fucking right. But yeah, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Right, let me see. Let's go. Let's see what. How did probably trying to say? How did you learn to be an electrician? Is it worth for the future? Yeah. It's definitely worth it, man. I mean, I earn like £300 a day. I mean, to be fair, of lately the work's kind of slowed down. So, but yeah, you can earn £300 a day as electrical tester anyway. And yeah, I'm self-employed. Self-employed is the only way, man. Why earn 40 grand when you could earn 70 grand as self-employed? Forget about all this sick pay, forget about this holiday pay. Don't worry about getting sick. Your body produces its own antibiotics. when you're self-employed. You don't get sick. I never have sick days. I've been on this contract here 4 years. I took off 1.5 days sick. In 4 years, 1.5 days sick. You don't get sick. When you know you ain't getting paid for a day's work, when you know, yeah, if you take 5 days off, you don't get paid for 5 days, you don't get sick. Funny that, innit? If they done literally a survey, yeah, of 1,000 PAYE employees who are electricians versus 1,000 electricians who are self-employed, I guarantee you there'll be more sick days. I guarantee you there'll be more sick leave booked by the PAYE, obviously the full-time electricians, people who have their sick pay and their holiday pay covered. Because most people aren't really sick. Most people, I've got a little bit of a headache. Listen, I'd have to be half dead not to go to work. Yeah, when the CV19 thing was about, yo, I was still going to work. Didn't give a fuck. Still going to work. Didn't give a damn. I'm not listening to what the government has to say. These same people that are doing up parties at number 10 behind our backs. I knew it was bullshit. A man still went into work. Man, see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is when someone is not listening or they're just trying to nitpick. Someone said, so you did take a sick day. Oh, so I'm not allowed to take one sick day. And when I say sick day as well, like, yo, I've taken off, I think 2 weeks off work. Yeah, I had something important to do. So I took 2 weeks off work. My man's trying to nitpick and say, oh, so you took 1 day off or a day and a half sick pay or sick leave because you don't get paid. Okay, so I took 1.5 days off sick. Yeah, that makes me a bad person in 4 years. Come on, man. On the joke thing, fam. I said, so you upgraded the Zanko phone with a proper camera. Now, what I did was I just bought another S9, like for like £67 off of eBay. Just a refurbished one. Just bought another S9. I said, you're a grafter. Yeah, man, I work. Listen, the night is still young. It's 9:10. I still got things to do after this. I'll be on a live stream until 11 o'clock. I might leave and go to my other house. I want to throw away some rubbish and that. But yeah, the night is still young. After I get off this stream, I still got things to do. My washing machine has still got clothes that need to be hung up. Yeah, I still got paperwork to do. Big up Fling 420. Man said, Tenant have to get Dashway. Yeah. Big up man like Dosa David. One of the original subscribers. Right. So T said, I'm about to cut my first whip one of these weeks. Gonna get an old plate Astra and keep it for a good few years. Yeah, do that. You don't need to get no flipping Mercedes. You don't need to get no brand new BMW. You don't need to get a Golf R that's gonna drain your ass like petrol. Just be humble, drive a shitty banger for 5, 10 years. And then when you're 30 years old, 35 years old, then go and get the fucking Ferrari or the McLaren or whatever and that. Fuck. Listen, why get a Mercedes, like especially if it's just like a regular Mercedes and that, just to fit in with everybody else? Fuck that, man. Go and get something big, man. But obviously make sure you've worked for it in the past, leading up to it. And get a banger, man. Because listen, when I had that old Honda Civic or even the one before that and that, yeah, I was still getting girls and that. Girls don't give a fuck, man. They don't give a damn about your car. You know how many guys driving around in a Mercedes ain't had a fucking date in 6 months? You're not gonna get girls just because you got a car, man. And then let's say you got a Ferrari, yeah, and you're a nerd. Bro, the girls just want to drive around in your car, they ain't gonna bang you. So man said, how old are you? I'm 32. Gonna be 33 soon. So yeah. No, nobody is joining this live. Right, hold on. Oh, big up. So this is blow, something like that. Said he watched my videos in HMP. What prison was you in? Was you in Feltham or one of them? Big up Jada. Someone said you still doing property. Of course, man, still doing property. Never not do property. But the title of the live stream on YouTube is I evicted another tenant. Bun section 21. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a serious like eviction. Like the first person I had to evict, like that girl I was talking about, yeah, that was an eviction. That was an eviction. I was getting to the point where I'm like, yeah, if this girl don't leave, she agreed to leave, but she was taking her time. Yeah. I'm actually gonna physically remove this girl. Like it was a proper eviction. Man said, do you feel more fatigue, aches in 30s? Yo, you see, for the last 2.5, 3 weeks, my head, yeah, I've been having headaches every day. Like my head's just been on fire and that. But in terms of aches and that, nah. But yeah, obviously, I don't think that's got anything to do with age and that's one of them ones there, innit? Do you eat cheap foods only? I mean, I don't eat expensive foods, but at the same time, I don't like buy cheap products and that. Let's say like mayonnaise and salad cream. I'll never buy like Tesco value. I'll always buy like Hellman's or whatever and that. JRS, why are you not getting to high voltage? Yeah, do you know what? After I finish this contract, I probably will get into be HVAP, so high voltage AP. Is Taekwondo effective for self-defense? No, it is shit. It's shit for self-defense. If I had a son, when I do have a son, when I want him to learn how to fight, I'm gonna send him to a boxing club. That's it. I'm not sending him to Taekwondo. Bullshit. Is it smart to get my dream car? It's 40,000. Let me tell you something right now, yeah. If your dream car is a 40,000 pound car, you're aiming too low. Your dream car should be 300,000. Yeah, Bentley, Ferrari, McLaren, Lambo, whatever, Rolls Royce. Your dream car should not be a 40,000 pound car. So you're aiming too low. How much rent would you say is your target with property investment and that? I mean, I don't really have no target. For me, I'm not trying to make money short term on this property thing because it's not that much. So for me, it's more like long term. It's like, okay, I've got these properties. I'm just gonna wait for them to grow and increase in value. Think of it like planting an apple seed, apple tree seed. You're not gonna get the fruits of your labor straight away. It's gonna take a long time, but eventually when that thing there blooms, eventually when that property or the property portfolio increases in value, that's when you're going to benefit from it. So the rent is to basically just a little bit above break even. Yeah, I'm not really looking to eat off this thing because I know I'm not going to be eating off this thing like that. So for me, as long as it a little bit above breaks even, I don't want to just like earn £100 profit. Yeah? But as long as it a little bit above breaks even and that's good enough. Because me, I'm thinking more long term. You see, I'm getting my short term money pattern first. I'm getting my slow money pattern first, and then I'm gonna think about making fast money. See, some people do the other way around. They try and make fast money first, let's say owning a business, and then go and invest it in something that makes slow money. I'm doing it the other way around. I'm investing in something that makes slow money first, and then eventually I'll invest in something that will make fast money. I'm making sure. Because at the end of the day, how do you get to 50 miles an hour? How do you get to 100 miles an hour? You have to start at 10, 20, 30. So, before you start running, you learn how to crawl, you learn how to walk. So I'm gonna make slow money first, then make fast money afterwards. Hey, do what you want to do. I'm saying, yeah, invest in property. Do you know why? Because every property that you walk past, unless you walk past new builds and that, have been standing there for about 60, 70 years. This house here, I think it was built in the lady next door told me, I can't remember, I think she said it was built in 81 or something like that. Yeah. So these properties are like 40 plus years old. Yeah. You will never walk past it. You will hardly walk past any businesses that are 40 years old. So properties will always outlast any business. Any business that you walk past right now, let's say you're 20 years old, I guarantee you, come back to this same strip where you see these properties, these businesses, and none of those businesses will be there. Property will always last longer than a business any day. So me personally, I'm investing in property first. Someone said, when did you get your first property? When I was 24 in 2017. You really think stop you from having 6 properties and why? Oh, okay. So this person's asking me, do I really think, Barney would stop me having 6 properties and why? Listen, Barney, taking substances you shouldn't be taking and that, that's gonna slow you down. There's no way anybody will be moving as efficiently as they can if they're taking certain substances as opposed to not taking certain substances. It's impossible. It's impossible, man. There's no way that you're gonna move at your 100% efficiency whilst you're on a substance. Think about it this way, yeah. Like even like just getting up and doing stuff and making content and busying yourself. Like you're not gonna want to be motivated to do certain things if you're there rolling up. Come on, man. No way. I would love to run it concurrently. There's a version of me that has 6 properties, and then there's a version of me that bun weed. And I'd love for them to start at the same time and see where I would be if I was a chung head. Would not be sitting here right now. Man would be spending £300 a month. Yeah? This fucking chip in his mouth. The kitchen finish looks safe. Yeah. I've done it myself, yeah. I mean, it's not hard, man. Fitting the kitchen is not difficult, It's literally boxes with doors. That's it. Yeah, and you want to get it level. I used some of the original cupboards. 1, 2. I mean, I kept 2 of the original cupboards. You can't see them. They're basically by the sink, and then the rest of them I just fitted new ones, like the cupboards, the wall hung cupboards, and that. The tiles for the splashback. The most difficult part of the kitchen was the tiles, yeah. So that's not a splashback in terms of, it's not like a continuous piece. It's actually tiles. You just can't see that it's tiles because they're butted up next to each other. So it's basically seamless, yeah. The hardest part was cutting the rectangles for the sockets. That was difficult. You see the one here, yeah, with the 2 sockets. You lot on YouTube, this one here with the 2 sockets, yeah, that's one tile, yeah. I fucked it up twice, so on my 3rd try I got it right. It's difficult, man. Man have to line it up, mark the hole, yeah, 2 rectangles, and man have to get an angle grinder and cut it. So I think I fucked up 2 tiles and ended up getting it right on the 3rd time. Man got 3rd time lucky. So this person's just verifying what I'm saying. He said, yeah, I've been bunnying since 13 and it's sucked a lot more money. You could put that into something else. Do you know what it is, yeah? It's not even all about the money. It's, you're taking your mind off of doing something productive. You're distracting yourself. Money, like, obviously £300 is a lot to be spending and wasting and that, but it's not even about the money. It's the distracting yourself. The reason why a lot of people are unsuccessful is because they're distracting themselves. They're wasting their time playing video games, in the gym for 3 hours, going to their fucking stupid in-laws' house for Sunday dinner, last Sunday of every month or 3rd Sunday of every month. Just wasting time. The in-laws live a 3-hour drive away. So 3 hours there, 3 hours back, that's 6 hours, just traveling time. And then they're going to be there for 5 hours chatting shit. So a whole Sunday is dedicated to some idiot in-laws that when you and the girl break up, they're going to be dissing you and cursing you behind your back. And in between that time, yeah, you've been helping them out, giving them your time and that. Fuck that bullshit. I'm so glad I don't have to do all this bullshit. I'm so glad. Fucking going to the in-laws house and that. Say jack of all trades. You know what, yeah? A lot of these things, you can just learn them. Learn them off of YouTube. It's not that difficult. The only things I say, yeah, like don't be touching, and that is electrics and gas, especially gas. Especially gas. If anything, maybe give electrics a try, innit? Yeah, but gas, nah, don't touch gas. But yeah, tiling, what we got to lose? With this one here, like I said, with the 2 sockets, that's 1 tile. I fucked it up twice. Yeah, they come in packs of 3, so I think like 1 pack is like 10 or 15 pounds. So every fuck up cost me £5. Nothing. You know what I mean? Yes, Nadia. Yeah. I'll tell you a lot in a sec, like why I evicted that tenant. Like I said earlier, it weren't no serious eviction. Like the first girl was a serious eviction. Like, yo, that was an eviction. So I think the guy was talking about he wanted to get a BMW. Why should I be humble? Listen, see, this is an amazing point this guy made, yeah? I think it's the same person that said that they wanted to spend 40 grand on their dream car. Because obviously I got like, yo, right now, there's 57 messages that are unread, 15 here, and then probably about 2 or 3 here that are unread, yeah? So I can't keep up with who said what, yeah? Anyway, let's say it's the guy that said he wanted to get or spend 40 grand on his dream car, yeah? He's saying, why should he be humble? At some point in your life, you are going to have to be humble. I say, be humble throughout your 20s, maybe your early 30s, but definitely be humble throughout your 20s. Because if not, you're going to be humbled in your 40s, if not your mid-30s. So it's best to be humble when you're a youth, man. Would you rather be working for some dead wage as an apprentice, say, I think I was on 35, 40 pound a day? Would you rather be on a dead wage as an apprentice, 40 pound a day, when you're 16, 17, 18, 19, I was 19, or would you rather be on 40 pound a day as an apprentice when you're fucking 42? There was a guy when I was at home to Haringey. He was a big man, 45 years old. He was the same age as my mum. This guy was an apprentice. His mentor, obviously, is a big man as well, same age as him, really. I think even someone said that he might have been a year or 2 older than his mentor. But regardless, it doesn't even matter. Gives a fuck about the mentor. Yeah? You're a 45-year-old man on £40 a day. £40 a day. Yo, as a 45-year-old man, you want to be on £40 an hour, no? So at some point in your life, you need to be humble, or you're going to be humbled. You see that guy there, yeah? If he decided to be humble throughout his 20s, and to be fair, his early teens, he wouldn't need to be an apprentice at fucking 45 years old. He'll be thinking about becoming a manager, well, it should be a manager or a director or something like that. No, he's thinking about retraining to become an apprentice because he was too lazy to sit in the classroom, probably driving a lorry or doing deliveries. At some point in your life, you're going to have to sit down for 3 to 5 years and do some studying. At some point in your life, you're going to have to sit down for 3 to 5 years. It can be by way of a classroom or a jail cell. You choose. All right, let me get to these comments. Man said he's a professional gambler, you know. Man said, why don't you sit in your living room? I have no living room. My living room is literally an empty room. I've done a clear out, so there's only like a few bits and pieces in there. But someone said, wouldn't you say sitting on live is a waste of time? Nope. Where do you think I get all my content from? Live. You see, I'm not one of them people that sit in his bed doing a live stream. I'm not one of them people that stand up in the kitchen stirring a pot of porridge doing a live stream. Anytime I do live streams, they get recorded on YouTube. if for some reason I couldn't record on YouTube, I wouldn't do a live. I wouldn't do a live. If let's say, yeah, for the next 1 month, I could not record on YouTube, you lot wouldn't see me on live. What am I doing a live for 2 hours when I could be cutting up videos for 2 hours? It doesn't make no sense. So you lot might think, oh, man's just on live just for the sake of it. No, 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 no. I'm doing this so that I've got content. That's why the quality of the most of the content is quite shit, because it's recorded on my laptop. The camera is shit. But like I say, the man them are not learning from good quality. The man them are learning from what I say. They're not learning from my camera quality. They're learning from what I say. Certain man like, oh yeah, but if your camera quality was better, then your videos would get pushed more. You know, there may be a little bit of truth in that, but at the same time, I've had a few videos get a lot of views compared to my other videos, and it's the same shit quality. It's just the title, just how people feel and the video resonates with them. So me being on live is not because I'm bored or I ain't got nothing else to do. Yeah, I'm sitting at a table. This is work. The people them who sit in their bed doing a live, that's not work. When is anyone ever fucking created some big plans to take over the universe from their bed? You think fucking Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, when they were building up either Amazon or PayPal or Tesla, sitting in rockets to the moon or outer space at least, think the man in their bed? Nah, them man are at a desk. So I'm at a table. I ain't got a desk. Can't afford a desk. I'm at a table. Good enough for that for now. Right, what if you're successful in this one? Man said, stop waffling, Jay. Run me my bread, you owe me 40 bags. Bro, there's nothing wrong with getting your dream car. You can literally make content and fund the cost. Blood. Nah. Nah, you're just trying it, man. Talk about, yeah, get the dream car and make content out of it. Bro, it's a fucking BMW, man. How many interesting videos can you make out of a fucking BMW, bro? I said, I beg you be my mentor. Hey, send £60 to my PayPal account. Send me a DM. Which car did you end up getting? I just got Astra. Just qualified as a solicitor. My salary is 45k. Yeah, maybe work the job for about a year, get some more experience, and try and go self-employed. What's your day rate as a sub in your current job? There's no day rate. I'm on price work. So the more jobs I do, the more I get paid. See, look. Someone took my advice. So he said, took your advice and started a TikTok content faceless. Made 3.5k in the past 20 days online store. Hey, I might have to jump on that. Yeah. So I'm saying, yeah, like, yo, you don't have to put your face in front of the content. Yeah. So you can be a faceless account. Just create video, upload videos of whatever you're into. If you're into podcasts where man them are talking about the roads and that, there's so many podcasts out there. Everyone has got their own podcast. You've got thousands and millions of hours of content. If you're a man that went to jail and you know about some mad jail tales, like you got mad jail stories, even if it didn't happen to you, but something you witnessed, yo, to get your team rolling and that, if you don't even want to put your face in front of it first, there's so many millions of hours of content about jail stories, from white prison govs to black prison govs to white prisoners to black prisoners. Yeah, they will tell you some mad stories and cut them videos up and put them on TikTok and create a YouTube channel to back it up, and then start telling your own stories. If you're into football, cut up videos of the best goals. Yeah, man, scoring from the corner point. You know, yo, listen, you have to be a different caliber of man to be able to score by taking a corner. Yeah, like I see some videos where man are scoring by taking a corner. Yo, do you know how? Yo, to bend that ball around. Anyway, if you're into cars, upload videos about cars, do test drives and that, do car reviews. But you should be making content, man. You might have to teach me how to make 3.5 grand. Yeah. I say Versace final boss. Yeah. Someone said, "Are you gas safe registered?" Nah, I'm not gas. Right. Can you class investing into a stock as a savings? I mean, I don't really know what that is. So, bro, you recommend trading for a young guy? Funny enough, I went to a young guy's house today, yeah, and I was standing up in the kitchen. I can't remember what we was talking about, but he said, "Yeah, man's just gonna, you get me, jump on this trading thing. I'm doing this trading thing at the moment, innit? Yo, why are you at home on a Wednesday at, I don't know, 11:30, 12 o'clock? You should be out working." You see, he doesn't want to get a full-time job, probably because he has no education, probably because he has no skill, probably because, I mean, I don't know, he has no trade because he was too lazy to study. So what he wants to do is trading. He doesn't want to actually have to get up at 7, 8 in the morning or 6 in the morning, shower, get dressed, and go to a workplace. Nah, he wants to be able to wake up at 10 o'clock and wear his tracksuit in his yard with his hood on his head and then do trading. Yeah. He's basically trying to gamble. Uploaded a video the other day. A man asked me 6 months ago, finally got around to doing it, like, what's my thoughts on gambling and that? And I'm like, yo, these people that want to gamble, they're just lazy. Come on, lucky number 7. Come on, black. Come on, 0. Or come on, even. And I need this to work. I don't want to work. I'm too lazy to get a job. I've got too much bills to pay. The bailiffs are after me. I can't afford my gas bill and that. I need this to work. Lazy. I'm 32, going to be 33 in 3 months' time. I've never played the lottery. Man's not trying to get rich overnight. I mean, obviously, I'd like for it to happen. Why not? But playing the lottery. All them people there that do scratch cards and that, bro. Scratch cards, that is the epitome of being a poor working class person. And I literally said it in the video. There was a video that I watched a long time ago, The Guide to the Middle Class. And they were just basically talking about middle class people, you know, what middle class people do from what they don't do, what middle class people say from what they don't say. Silly stuff like, you know, the room that you sit in that you watch TV in with the sofas, you know, they will say, oh, working class people will call that the lounge because they think it's posh. And a guy said, anything that is French is not posh. That is trying to beg being posh. The living room is actually technically what you call it, a sitting room or the drawing room. Yeah. So anyway, at the end of this video, they said if a working class person was down to their last £1 and a middle class person was down to their last £1, a working class person would buy a scratch card hoping they win so that they become middle class. A middle class person would never spend their last £1 on a scratch card. Do you know why? Because that would make them working class. And that is the realest truth. Only broke ass working class people. And hey, I'm working class, yeah? I'm getting twisted, yeah? But only broke ass working class people play scratch cards. Give me a 3, give me a 9. Yeah, give me a 7. I'm feeling lucky today. Give me a 7. Scratch card. Oh my God. I wouldn't even know where to start. Giving me a scratch card is like giving a 90-year-old a fucking Samsung S25. Yeah, they wouldn't know what to do with it, man. Yeah, I've never even played a scratch card before. Jesus Christ. Man, I need a drink. I'm trying to think, what should I have? Should I have another cup of tea? I mean, I've had about 4 today, man, but I'm feeling lucky. I might have another cup of tea. Yeah. Nah, but then again, man, I've got a couple of drinks to drink as well. Let me look in the fridge, one sec. Then I'll tell you all about why I had to evict the tenant in a sec. Can you hear the kettle in the background? Is it loud? A man said, yeah, turn it down. All right. What I'll do is I'll put the kettle on quiet mode, yeah? My dad bought 70 scratch cards once, not even a pound. He didn't even win a pound. Did you go out in the parade when Tottenham won their first trophy? No. I don't like being around people in close proximity. Don't get it twisted. I'll explain in a sec anyway. Because obviously, although you lot can't hear the kettle, it's still distracting me. So I don't want to feel like I have to shout over the kettle. How much should I be investing into S&P 500 as a 19-year-old? I don't know about S&P 500. Maybe go onto YouTube and watch some videos. Watch videos from various different people. Don't just take one person's opinion for it. Get different opinions from other people and come up with your own conclusion. But yeah, I don't know about no S&P 500. See, with me, yeah, if I don't know something, I don't know. I'm not one of these people. I'm not gonna say, yeah, man, S&P 500, yeah, man, just invest 500 into S&P 500. No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm Jay Wise. Yeah, I'm not Jay Pretend or nah. If I don't know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know everything. Yeah, I talk about the things that I do know. That's why you don't hear me talking about videos about start this business and that. I'm not a man. I don't have a business. All right, yeah, I tried vending machine business, and I'm not a businessman in that sense. So I don't talk about business. Right, kettle's done. Rewash this cup. I leave that for a second. Right, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I don't like being around people in like close proximity. Don't get it twisted. I'm cool with riding the tube. I don't mind standing like this next to someone on the tube or the train because it's appropriate. Like you ain't got nothing else. There's no other option. So I don't mind being close to people on a tube or a train. That's cool. But when I don't really need to be close and right next to people, I don't like being around people. If I go to a restaurant and that, if there's like 5 different tables, I would pick a table that's got one table in between the next person that's sitting at a table. I don't like to be around people because people do stupid stuff. On Saturday, yeah, I was doing some work, so I thought, right, let me get some Nando's. So boom, man started driving to the Nando's in Northampton, yeah. And I thought, I want to get a waffle as well. Fuck it. I just turned off of the main road and then went down the motorway and boom, I've gone to Milton Keynes now, yeah. So I'm in Nando's. And obviously there's bare people in there Saturday. I'm sitting in a position where I can see pretty much the whole of the restaurant. So I'm sitting down. Now, I'm sitting where you go up some stairs. So I'm sitting like where the stairs are now. And there's a couple, yeah, a guy and a gal, yeah. They're like mid-20s or something like that. Maybe early 30s, I don't know. Can't even remember what they look like. They're sitting like this, yeah. So beside them, yeah, like there's a table with 4 people, 2 man, 2 gal, yeah. Now one guy gets up and he walks around, yeah. So he walks around and he's walking past them. Now, one guy from his table said, whilst you're over there, top my drink up as well, probably. So he said, you want to top up your drink, yeah? He leant across this small chick that's sitting down at a table. He leant across her to grab the cup from one of his friends. I was like, yo, I'm sitting here thinking, yo, I would make that into a situation. I don't like people doing stuff like that. You see, just dumb stuff like that. Like this guy here was big and this woman was small. So he leant across. He didn't like he done it above, over her head, or behind her and that. Yo, I don't want you around my space. Stuff like that will piss me off. People don't, you don't do things like that. But you know what? Yeah, I think people know who to. It's not even like he was doing it like disrespectfully, but people just want. If that was a bunch of men at the table, I don't think he would have done that. I'm not saying he done it disrespectfully or that, but I just feel like he didn't have no consideration. But something like that, that would get on my nerves. That will get on my nerves. I don't like people doing stuff like that. Don't come in my space. I don't like people leaning across me. No, I don't do that. The white people, them, yeah, the guy and the chick, they didn't even batter an eyelid, nothing, yeah. But me, I'll be looking to batter something. I mean, I would turn that into a situation. Yeah, I don't like being around people. People just don't know how to act in public, man. I would hate to have a job where I'm working with the general public. So a man said £60 for a mentoring session is crazy. I had a youth book a mentoring session with me, I don't know, like Saturday, I don't even know, like within the last week and a half, yeah? And he told me, like at the end, he's like, yo, this mentoring session was worth it. But my girl, she said to me, like, yo, you're booking a mentoring session for £60. Like, yo, you sure? Anyway, he was like, yeah. Anyway, turns out it was fucking worth it. Because the knowledge that I gave him, yeah, the information that I gave him that was tailored to his situation, yo, man, obviously, I'm not gonna say it's priceless and that, but it's worth more than £60. Yeah. But obviously, if a man don't want to try it, the man don't want to try it. He was not disappointed. Yeah, so now they're saying people charge a lot more than £60. Yeah. But tea time. Then I get to the story about evicting a tenant. So yeah, someone said £60 is a bargain. Some people don't. Some people don't think it's cheap. Some people think it's expensive and that. It just depends on your tax bracket. Yeah, it depends on how much you're earning. If you're on 100 grand a year, £60 is nothing. If you're on 22 grand a year, £60 is a lot. So it says more about the person than it does me. You know what I mean? But anyway, so talking about evicting the tenant, yeah. So I decided, right, I'm gonna rent out the whole of my property, yeah. So let's say on the 26th of April, I said to my tenant, there was one guy in the house on his own. He's renting out a room on his own. He's in the house alone. He's only paying £500, yeah? So I said to him, listen, I'm going to rent out the whole house. Yeah, I need you to leave. This is on the 26th of April. I need you to leave on the 30th of May. So I'm giving him a month and 5 days, yeah? So 35 days, something like that. Cool. So when I sent him the text message, like another tenant did, he just read it and didn't respond. So obviously, I know human nature. That means he's unhappy about me telling him that he has to leave, yeah? Get your bitch ass up, man, and move. Anyway, so yeah, I must have phoned him like a day later or 2 days later. You're like, yo, yeah, you're gonna have to leave, yeah? He was like, yeah, I saw it, like, you know, I wasn't really happy about it or whatever, innit? Like, I mean, I don't give a fuck whether you're happy or not, yeah? See, this is the problem with these tenants. They get too comfortable. How are you getting comfortable in a room share? Yo, I'll be like, yo, I need to get my ass out of here, yeah? Anyway, we're all built different. We all have different salaries and tax brackets, obviously, yeah? So anyway, he said, yeah, all right, cool. I said to him, listen, that the 30 days, yeah, the 30th of May is gonna come round quick. Don't think you've got lots of time. It's not a long time. Because what's gonna happen is a man will say, okay, yeah, cool, I'll go and look for a room and leave it for 2 weeks. And then now he's got 14 days left to find a room. This is what people are like. So anyway, told him that on the 26th, say 28th, phoned him, whatever, and that. He was like, yeah, okay, I'll start looking at that. Now, I don't know, every 8 days or something like that, I would like, yo, have you started looking for a room? Yeah, looking or whatever and that. I don't know. Yeah. But, you know, I believe a solid week and a half went by where this guy didn't go and view no rooms, yeah? So anyway, I don't know, let's say like the 20th of May, yeah? Messaged him, yo, have you found somewhere yet? Because I need him to leave because I've got people coming, yeah? So anyway, he said, yeah, I've gone to view 7 properties and that. So I'm like, okay, that's good. Like, you know, 7 properties, you know, he should take one or he should be accepted for one because you can go and view 7 properties, but the landlord might not want you to rent the property for whatever reason, yeah? There's people that come and view my properties and then I think, I don't want this fucking person coming to rent the room anyway. So anyway, boom. So he said, yeah, I'm going to go, I've viewed 7 properties and that, cool. So let's say obviously eviction day was on the 30th. Like on the 26th of May, he must have messaged me and said like, the new landlord wants a reference. I was like, yeah, cool, no problem. So, and I even said to him to give him that extra push to leave the property. I said to him on the 26th of April or the 28th of April, although you still need to pay £500 for the next month from May the 1st until May the 30th, you still need to pay £500. If you find somewhere within 2 weeks, the remaining money, yeah, I will refund you. So let's say, yeah, he stayed there for half a month. I'll give you back £250 because I need him out. I need him out, yeah. So I'll give him back that 250 because he's not using no utilities and that. So I'll give him back that money that he's paid, yeah. I'm not gonna let him stay for free, but if he's left half a month early, then I'll give you back half the month. I don't care. Yeah, it's nothing in it. I just need him out. So anyway, he said, oh yeah, this new landlord needs a reference. I'm like, yeah, cool, no problem. So I gave him an honest reference. I said, this guy is the cleanest tenant I've ever had. Real talk. I've got OCD. This guy has got OCD. He's the sort of person, yeah, if I had to pick one tenant to come and live with me and have a lodger, live in my house, I would definitely pick this guy. Yo, he is super clean, yeah? He can compete with me on cleanliness, definitely, yeah? So anyway, so I sent an email to this new landlord saying, yeah, cleanest tenant. You will have no problems with this tenant. He pays his rent on time, no problem. That's the truth. I mean, maybe he was like, he forgot to pay one day, yeah, like, you know, and I had to remind him, but that's nothing, yeah. So cool, gave him a good reference. This guy hit me up like a day and a half before moving day. Oh yeah, I didn't get the room. Okay, God, you still need to leave. Yeah. So let's say this was maybe Thursday or Friday and that, yeah. It's like a 2 days or day before, whatever, and that. He's saying to me like, oh, yeah, so I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm like, big man, if you ain't got nowhere to go, you're not staying, yeah? You need to go and check into an Airbnb. Do you have the app on your phone? Have you ever used Airbnb? He said, no. I said, you need to download that app. This is at like midnight, you know, 12 o'clock, yeah? I said to him, I'll message you tomorrow morning to check to see if you downloaded that app. So anyway, messaged him like, I think maybe like even 2 hours time. I can't even remember, yeah? Have you downloaded? He said, yeah, I downloaded it. Cool. So anyway, this guy, yeah, on Thursday or Friday, he's talking about, yeah, if I can't find a place, or if I can't rent a place on Airbnb, or I think maybe I said this to him before Airbnb, he said, yeah, I'm gonna go to some place on Saturday and see if they'll give me a room. But they usually give me rooms, they only usually give rooms on a Monday. They don't give rooms on a Saturday, but I will go down there and try. I said to him, big man, you ain't got the personality to convince them to give you a room on Saturday, yeah? So basically, you're not getting a room on Saturday. So what you need to do is you need to go and get an Airbnb, yeah? This guy, yeah, this is human psychology 101. He's gonna go to the place and see if he can get a room, just so he feels like he made the effort. I don't give a fuck about your effort. You need to go. I even sent him a screenshot. The people are coming on the 1st of June. There's a family, yeah? They're bringing all their stuff. This is not me trying to kick you out of the house because I don't want you here. There are people coming. Because what I thought to do initially was, just in case there's some dumb issue with him leaving, let me not sign anyone up straight away. Let me sign people up on the 1st of July instead of the 1st of June. I thought, nah, I'm getting this guy out regardless. I don't give a fuck what happens here. This guy's going. I'm not going to leave the property empty for a whole month. Just in case if pussy or don't leave or there's some issue, and then I fuck him, yeah? So anyway, I said to him, yeah, you're gonna have to check into an Airbnb. Yeah, you need to leave on the 30th and that. So he phoned me up saying, listen, yeah, like if you could just give me 1 day grace, 1 day. I'm like, yeah, cool, you can stay for an extra day. It's not even about the money. I need him out. So anyway, but I said to him, when what time are you gonna be leaving on Saturday, which is the 31st? Yeah. He said, I'll be leaving at 12 o'clock. Yeah, so midday. So I said, okay, cool. Then on the Friday, which is the day before, I went down there and he said, I'll be leaving for work at 6:30. I said, are you coming back? And he said, no, I'm leaving my stuff because I ain't got nowhere to put my stuff, but I'm not coming back. I'll go to an Airbnb. I said, cool. So I said to him, okay, so you're leaving at 6:30, yeah? Sorry, this thing's about to time out. Hold on 1 sec. So he said he's leaving at 6:30. He said, yeah, I'm leaving at 6:30. I said, okay, cool. I'll meet you at 6:30 on Saturday morning. I literally had to wake up at 6 in the morning and go down there. Then I'm coming to get the key because this guy's not coming back to the house. Yeah. So boom, met him there at 6. Now, when I went there on Friday, I went to dismantle some wardrobes. If you lot have been watching me long enough, there would have been a few times where you see me making videos in one room that looks like it's from the fucking 1980s. Yeah, I had some old wardrobes on it. Some people try to take the piss out of me making videos in that room. It's like, yo, I got 5 properties. This is one room out of 5 properties. You ain't got no fucking properties. You're still in your mum's box room. Yeah. Anyway, so I went down there to dismantle some of the wardrobes and that. But on 2 occasions, whilst he was there, I heard like his bedroom door slamming. I'm thinking, is this guy being passive aggressive? Is he upset that he has to leave? Like, yo, why are you getting so comfortable in this fucking property? Like, once, let me sit this. So anyway, boom. Told him before I left, I'm coming back at 6 in the morning the next day to get the key. Went down there, 6 in the morning, got the key. So now he can't come back to the property, yeah? Unless he phones me to come and get his stuff. So he said he's coming to get his stuff like on Monday or Tuesday. That's cool. He's just taking up one little room in the house. There's still a living room. There's still 3 bedrooms upstairs. There's still a kitchen. There's still a large foyer. Yeah. So he's not taking up much space. No problem. So anyway, on Monday, this guy messaged me. Yeah, I need you to return my deposit so I can pay some money for some room up front. I'm like, I'll give you back the money for the deposit when you come and get your stuff. Yeah. I'm not giving you back the money for the deposit before you come and get your stuff. Now, maybe I was being a little bit difficult on that, but if I've got your stuff, like, yo, when I give you back that deposit, I don't want to see or hear from you ever again. I don't want to give you back the deposit and now you have to come and get your stuff. Fuck that bullshit. Yeah. You can get your deposit back once you've got your stuff. We do an even exchange at the same time. Yeah. So anyway, I said to him, but I'm deducting £50. Now, I ain't here to scam no tenants, yeah? Obviously, when I went down to the property on Saturday at 6 in the morning and took the key off him, I didn't go inside. I met him outside, took the key, and then left. When I went back there at like 2 o'clock, because I literally went back home and went back into my bed like that, yeah? When I went back to the property at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I noticed on the mattress, he didn't try to hide it because certain tenants, they'll mash up the mattress or stain the mattress and flip it over. I noticed there was like a tear mark on the mattress. Well, I'm like, well, it has to be him because that was a brand new mattress. When he took the room, I literally got a Stanley knife and cut the plastic off the mattress. It was a brand new mattress. The only person that could have ripped the mattress was him. So anyway, on Monday, this guy messaged me saying, yeah, he wants his deposit back because he needs the money to pay some money up front. I said, yeah, I'm deducting £50 because you ripped the mattress. He was like, what are you talking about? Or whatever and that. I said, I'll show you a picture. Yeah. To be fair, the picture wasn't that clear, yeah, but it was clear enough to see some damage in that. Anyway, when I messaged him or when I spoke to him, because we was messaging and speaking on the phone, he said to me, I don't want to see no picture, yeah. Just send me back my money. I've taken enough shit off you so far. I'm like, what do you mean you've taken enough shit off me? Like, this is the thing, yeah. When tenants are not under my rule, yeah, that's when they start getting fresh and bright and they think they can give me back chat. But they never give me no back chat when they're renting from me. But when they know they ain't got nothing to do, that's when they only give me back chat. So I'm like, what do you mean you've taken enough shit? He's like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to see no picture or whatever in it. Anyway, I still sent him the picture of the damage and that. He said, you still owe me money. You still owe me my £500. I'm not, you're going to give me my money back. I'm not taking less than 500. You're giving me back the full 500. I said, big man, you're not getting back the full 500. If you want, yeah, we can fight over this £50. You're not getting back this money. Yeah, you don't know me. He said, yeah, you don't know me. I said, blood, don't repeat what I'm fucking saying. Yeah, trust me, you don't know what man's like. Yeah, I'm cool with the tenants. But yo, if man get on my wrong side, then you're gonna see a different side to me. Yeah. So anyway, he's trying to talk like, oh yeah, he's on smoke. Okay, cool. Because obviously, I don't want to be fighting over £50. Yeah, I'm way above this. I don't want to be fighting with some broke person that can afford. Funny enough, I told him, yo, the reason why you need the money back right now and you don't have money to pay for whatever room you're renting out or you're going to rent out right now is because you're broke. He tried to say, you're broke. Pussy, ninja, you are renting one room from me. I have 6 properties. What do you mean I'm broke? Now, he don't know that I've got 6 properties. Now he does. I said to him, big man, I've got 6 properties. What are you talking about? Calling me broke, you know, how dare he? Anyway, so I told him, listen, you're not getting back that £50. We will fight over this £50. Like I said, I don't want to fight no one over £50, but it's principle. I'm not having no tenant tell me he didn't cause no damage when he blatantly did, because there was no one else done it, yeah? So anyway, I said to him, what time are you going to be there? He said 5 o'clock. Then he said 6 o'clock. I said, all right, I'll see you at 6 o'clock. So a couple of times I phoned him. This guy was trying to put down a phone on me. Like, he couldn't do that if, you know, he was still renting out the room, because obviously I'd definitely be kicking him out anyway. Anyway, so it's getting close to like 6 o'clock. It's like 5:40, yeah? I didn't want to let him in the house, because anyhow, yeah, he comes in the house and says, I'm not leaving this house till you give me my full £500. I will physically have to throw him out. And I don't want to get down and dirty like that when I've got my tenants in my house, yeah, because the people have moved in now, yeah. So anyway, I thought, well, I don't even want to bring this guy in the house, because if he tries it, I'm gonna get physical. I'm not calling the police. I don't do this bullshit, yeah. I don't call the fucking police, yeah. Anyway, but when I went to the house, he had 2 glass, like, kind of like coffee table things, yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking this outside, because if I break it, now I owe him money. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to bring him in the house, yeah. So anyway, because me and one of the tenants that I'm in there currently was gonna move the stuff, and I thought, nah, I ain't even bothering moving this. I'm just gonna bring him in there. And if he wants to try a thing, then it's on, yeah. Someone said this was a brother. Yeah, it was a black man. Yeah, black man still. So anyway, so it's about 5:40, 5:45. I left the property in question and I'm driving back here. It's a 5-minute drive. As I'm driving back, I see him. He's making his way to the property, yeah? Because it's almost 6 o'clock, yeah? Like I said, it's 5:45. As I'm bussing around the roundabout, yeah? Going round the roundabout, I see him. I'm like, yo, come. Like, he was surprised to see me. Like, imagine just seeing me drive past. I'm like, yo, come. So I quickly pulled into one car park, yeah? So he comes over now. So I said to him, what do you mean you're not gonna, I think I said to him, what do you mean you've been taking my shit? Like, what have I done to you? Like, what's the problem in that? This guy don't want to talk, yeah? He said, listen, you just need to give me my money. I said, listen to him. Listen, big man, you're not getting back this full £500. I'm taking £50 off of you. You're not getting back the full 500. I'll give you back 450, because I'm not going to charge you for a whole entire mattress, but you're going to have to give me back something for this mattress and that, yeah? This guy is trying to like look away and that. Blood, man had to literally jam it on him, yeah? This guy's looking at that. Blood, look at me in my fucking eyes when I'm talking to you, innit, yeah? Like, yo, I had to proper jam it on this you, yeah? So anyway, eventually I let him go. I said, I'll see you in 10, 15 minutes. I had to go back home to charge my phone, so I ain't got no chargers on me, yeah? So boom. So man's gone down there and met him, and I brought him into the property, innit? But he was cool. He didn't try a thing or nothing like that. But yeah, I was prepared to swing it out with him, because you're not getting back this £50. Like I said, this is beneath me, but principle is principle in that. Yeah, I'm not gonna have this guy fucking try to tell me how things are running. I'm the landlord. I run things. You're a neek. Yeah, you's never on my level. You're not on my level and that. You can't talk to me. Yeah, I know I have to be somewhat professional in that. But at the same time, I'm still from the streets, yeah? So you're not going to try a thing. You're nobody, yeah? So anyway, in the house, he admitted, oh, yeah, the reason why there's a tear in the mattress is because he got the iron and he burned the mattress. I said, bro, why didn't you admit that in the first place? Yeah? He's there, he didn't know what to say or whatever. So I even tried reasoning with him. I said to him, okay, not that it may not have worked, but I said to him, how much do you think that damage is worth? And he's like, don't worry about it. Just you take the £50. So I just transferred him about 450. You're not calling the shots. I run things. It's as simple as that. Yeah, if you want to swing it out, then it is what it is, innit? I don't give a fuck. I'm not having it from no fucking tenant. You're not telling me nothing. Not when I come running at the tenants, then beck and call when they got problems and that. Nah. So yeah, that's what happened with that tenant, man. Yeah. Like this clear vision person said, it's a principle thing. Yeah, principle, blood. I'm not. The tenant is not calling the shots, blood. But obviously, that weren't like a proper eviction. But with that girl before, that was an eviction. That was an eviction for real. No joke. The stupidest tenant I've ever come across. And the maddest thing is as well, yeah, that girl there, I had a bad feeling about her from day one. Literally, I just evicted her. She didn't even, obviously she lost the key and she wanted me to come down here on Christmas Day. I'm not going nowhere on Christmas Day to save a black ass, yeah. But like, yeah, she's just an idiot, and I was afraid to leave her in the house on her own. Yeah, literally, I thought she would burn the house down or something like that. She was that dumb and stupid, idiotic, and that she was a buffoon, literally. Yeah, I didn't want to leave her in the house. She worried me being in that house on her own. Someone said, does Section 21 apply to people renting rooms? I don't give a fuck if it applies to people renting rooms. I ain't checked. I don't know. I ain't verified. I don't give a fuck, yeah, if it applies to people renting rooms. Yeah, it probably does. Not in JYS's property. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. And you know, if the tenants want to take it to that level, and I will make your life a living hell. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. This is war. You're not winning this war. No way. I've had too much beef. I've mashed up and brucked up too much man on the road. I've been mashed up and brucked up. Don't get it twisted. But I've had too many wars. I've mashed up and brucked up too much people single-handedly to be losing a fight to some pussy-o that has a job. When man was going to war with people that have nothing to lose. Blood. No way. No way. No way. So we will go to war. Yeah? I might not physically put hands on them, but you ain't getting away with not paying and not leaving. No way. No way. You are going to look back at 20 years and like, yeah, I remember when this happened to me. Yeah. You're gonna feel something. I'm not suffering in silence. I was saying this before, like you know, a little while back. To have peace, you first have to have war. So to have peace, you first have to have war. If you move to a new road and you got some dickhead neighbors, you may have to go to war with them first to have peace. The little kids were outside playing football. I somewhat had to go to war with the parents. They had to call the police on me. But now the little kids, they don't play football outside. They agreed. They told the police, okay, we're not going to play football outside. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's just like what I was saying, like, be humble or be humbled. When you have some dickhead neighbors, you're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable in your house because they're playing loud music, they're doing crazy stuff, they're playing football, whatever, and that. They're revving up their engine, they're playing loud, whatever, and that. You're going to be uncomfortable. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I don't want to confront these people, and most time it ain't even going to be a fight. Yeah. So don't worry about confronting people because it's going to be a fight. Most time it ain't that. Most people are just pussies and they're scared to confront people. Yeah. Most time it ain't going to be a fight. But some people will just be like, yeah, you know, I don't want to confront them and that. Yo, if confronting people makes you uncomfortable, you're already uncomfortable because they're pissing you off. So what's the difference? You may as well be uncomfortable confronting these people than sitting in your house in silence, suffering in silence. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Obviously, if you think your neighbor's gonna hit you in the head with an axe, free up stealer, yeah, then that's a bit different. But most people ain't that. Yeah, most people ain't JY. We're gonna hit that. I ain't hitting fucking axe. But anyway, maybe if I had a couple of days to live or something like that. That's a serious charge, you know, axing someone. But yeah, just you need to confront them. You need to confront them, man. But yeah, man, being a landlord is fucking. Oh, sorry, Miss 528. Sorry. I did see, you know. Right, Jay, how can I drop some fam members out and forget them? Just stop answering their calls and texts. Just stop answering their calls and texts. If they're that dumb to not get the hint and that, or maybe you might have to tell them, yo, this is the problem, whatever and that. Yeah. At the end of the day, you're gonna outgrow people, you know, you're gonna have to just drop some people out. Funny enough, see, this is how you know people will use you for their own convenience. I got a family member in the last 5 years, they have not phoned me or invited me over to their house in the last 5 years. But the other day, they phoned me and they said, yeah, you know, come over and that. Do you know why? Because they're moving to an area that's close to my house, far away from London, far away from their natural habitat, far away from where they know anybody. Who's the closest person that they know? Jay. All of a sudden, in the last 5 years, this person wants me to come over. I'm not going. I'm not going over. I'm not going. And if they try to pressure me, I will tell them, yo, I feel like, oh, you're just asking me to come over because you're lonely. And I will let them know. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a shit. Funny enough, they phoned me today, but they happened to be at my mom's house. They was asking me some question about something. Yeah, people will use you for their own convenience. I had this before. I first clocked this during lockdown. I've got an older family member, a big man. He's like 60 years old. His mum is like 80 years old. I've heard her name, yeah? Auntie such and such. I've heard her name, but I don't know what she looks like. The last time I saw her, I was probably 2 years old. I don't know who this woman is. I just know her name. I just know, oh, she's my family member's mum, but she's not related to me, yeah? Anyway, one random time during lockdown, I get a missed call from this individual. Like they added me on Facebook 6 months ago, 6 months prior. And then I just got a random missed call from them 6 months later. So I thought, maybe they just pocket dialed me. I'm not even gonna bother phone them back. Cool. About a week later, 5 days later, I get another call from them. This time now I got the phone in my hand. I'm like, why is this person phoning me? So I answered it. I'm like, hello? They're like, oh, it's such and such's mom. I'm like, yeah. This person is in Jamaica, yeah? I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, yeah, just seeing how you are and that. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. Then they were just chatting for like a minute. I just hung up the phone. Just hung up the phone. Do you know why they were phoning me? They had nobody else to talk to. They're in Jamaica. They're alone. I don't know what's going on with them, but they had no one else to talk to. They were fucking bored, so they were phoning me. How are you phoning someone that you don't know to have a fucking conversation? I guarantee you, I promise you, if her and her 80-year-old friend, millionaires, if they were all millionaires about to board on a luxury cruise around the Caribbean to the Mediterranean Sea and back, and they're sipping champagne and getting their feet rubbed, you think she would have time to call fucking Jelani Knight? No way. No way. She's only phoning me because she ain't got nothing else going on. When I see that, you can't chat to me. Nah. I just hung up the phone. Hung up the phone. Fuck her. Hung up the phone. Don't know this motherfucker from nowhere. You're phoning me for. People will use you. You're not using me. I'm not no chief, blood. See, when you have a good grasp of human behavior, it's almost like you become a psychic. Yeah? You're able to read people's actions and understand where it comes from. Why they're phoning you, why they're trying to get in touch with you and that. Fucking phoning me from Jamaica, trying to talk to me. I don't know you from nowhere. Furthermore, like, you know, there's been times here where like my mom's on the phone to certain people from Jamaica and I'm like, oh yeah, such and such, like to say I'm here and that, like talk to them. Yeah. Or my mom will get on the phone to certain people and that. and be like, oh yeah, so what you like? My mum will be like, oh, so how you doing and that and whatever. And I'm in the room, yeah. I'm like, mum, don't, yeah, yeah. I'll move to my mum after that, yeah. I don't want to talk to them. I ain't got nothing to talk to them about, yeah. Don't get twisted though. Big on my auntie Joyce. She was on the phone, and then I said, yeah, put me on the phone. I'll talk to Auntie Joyce. Big up my Auntie Joyce in Jamaica, innit? Yeah. She made me laugh. She's like, oh, when are you gonna come back to Jamaica? I'm like, yeah, maybe in a few years. Well, I ain't going back to Jamaica anytime soon. But yeah, my mom will get on the phone to certain people, and I'm like, my mom, I don't even need to do that no more. I told my mom, anytime I'm in the house, don't tell anyone that I'm here. I don't need to speak to them. I have not come. I'm not interested in talking to them. Yeah. I'm not interested. If I need to speak to them or they need to speak to me, they can phone me or I'll phone them. Don't tell them that I'm here. Don't tell anybody that I'm here. Because I'm not interested in talking to no family members and that. Yeah. So yeah. Man, say, why don't I see you doing any electrical videos and that? Because I'm a valuable content creator. I don't, you see the guys here that just do plumbing videos, just do electrical videos, just do, videos talking about this new car that they bought. They have no value like me to offer. They can't teach you no life lessons. That's why all they can do is show videos about electrical work and that. Obviously, every now and then, I'm gonna drop a video about electrical and that just for the fun of it. But I've got value to provide to social media, i.e., life lessons and wisdom and that. Yeah. So why the hell am I don't need to. It's fucking fine, man. I did have a watch before the stream as well. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, I've got value to provide. So I don't need to be producing content about electrical and that. It doesn't matter to me. I'll leave that to the other people, man. Let them do that, man. Let them youths there that ain't got nothing else going on. Their greatest achievement is they got a little baby girl. Let them do that foolishness. I said, man's gonna be on a Channel 5 documentary. Or hopefully not that kind of documentary anyway. But yeah, man, I'm not having it. No fucking no fucking tenant is telling me nothing, bro. You're not bad. Yeah. So be coming off at 11 o'clock. Oh yeah, so the title of one of these live streams on TikTok is "The Woman in DV Said This." Something like that, yeah. That's what I named the thing. So I went to a tenant's house yesterday. Now I'd previously been there 4 years ago. Went back to this guy's house, flat, and I was asking him what are the tenants like and that? What are the neighbors like and that? And he's like, do you know what? Yeah, I had 2 neighbors die within 6 weeks of each other. I'm like, oh, was it the old guy upstairs, the one that's the was the prisoner of war in Korea? He said, well, I don't know because I didn't speak to him like that. I'm like, he told me that he was a prisoner of war in Korea. He was like, yeah, well, there was an old guy upstairs. He was like 80 or 90 years old. He died not too long ago. And then one other neighbor died like 6 weeks after. I'm like, oh, shit, he passed away. I'm like, yo, that's like the 4th tenant that I've heard since I've done these tests, yeah, have died within 4 years. Man. So anyway, he said that he did have some idiot neighbor opposite, but they weren't too much trouble on that. But he did have one neighbor like above him, and it was a man and a woman. And he said that one time she said to him, listen, my boyfriend basically kicks my ass. If you hear me in the night or during the day banging the floor, I need you to call the police. So I'm standing in this hallway because the fuse box is in the hallway cupboard. So I'm standing in the hallway talking to him. And when he said that to me, I'm like, what? I'm saying to him like, yo, when a chick says, to her neighbor, if you hear me banging on the floor, call the police. You need to exit that relationship, you dumbass. Like, if you can see it come, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, these chicks that talk about, I couldn't leave, they're lying. They're lying. They could leave. They just chose not to. I don't care what the reason is. I don't care if she didn't feel like she can get another man or he had an emotional hold on her. I don't care what the reason is. you could have left. And I know they could have left because I did meet a woman who, at the moment, her boyfriend of 9 years is in prison and she put him there. Like she put him there twice before. So she had him locked up because he brought her up and mashed her up and that. But then she took him back. So you don't know she went to go and visit him, unless there was like some special circumstances or whatever where she couldn't visit him because the court said she's not allowed to visit him. Who gives a shit whether she visited him or not? She still took him back. Because a lot of these chicks will try to say, I couldn't leave, I couldn't leave. So you didn't go shop, you didn't go to the post office, you didn't go to your friend's house, you didn't take the kids. So what do you mean you couldn't leave? Like you was locked in his basement and he fed you pot noodle and that. Like, it's bullshit, man. You could have left. You just chose not to. I don't care what the reason is. You didn't leave. So I don't have no sympathy for these women. Nadia must have sent me a video, yeah, of one black brother beating up his girlfriend in the car on the estate I used to live on. This was like last year or something like that, yeah? So anyway, this guy, I couldn't really see it, but Nadia said that he was punching her up or something in the car. This is quite far away, isn't it? The camera didn't really do much justice, but maybe when she started filming out the window, maybe it kind of stopped. But anyway, the guy was still moving mad in the car. Some white guys come over, yeah, to try and help the woman now. It's a black man and a white chick in the car. Some random white guys come over, try to help the woman out. My man stuck it on him like, "I'll move, like I'll move to you," kind of thing, innit? So my man's backed off now, innit? I'm saying to Nadia, yo, it's a waste of time. This chick, this random guy trying to help this chick, because this chick has a child with this guy, yeah. And regardless of whether or not she has a child with this guy, I guarantee you she's gonna get back with him. Last month, I said to Nadia, "Would you want to reckon? Would you want to bet? Do you think the girl got back with him?" She said, "Probably, yeah." I guarantee you, yeah, they might be in a little breakup right now, yeah, but I'm telling you, they will be back together. They might be one of them on and off things, yeah. I guarantee you, this chick has been back with him since. They'll be on a break, maybe back with him right now. The cycle is going to continue. I'm not helping out no chicks that are getting their ass whooped. For me to end up in jail, for them to not put money on my books or come visit me, fuck that. Fuck that, man. There was even a time, yeah, I heard a story where a guy was roughing up his girl in the street. I'm not saying that he was kicking her head in and that, but he was roughing her up. And a guy come over and roughed him up, yeah? Do you know, yeah, the chick started attacking the guy that came over to defend her. Yo, no way, fam. Yo, the police will be marking out 2 bodies using chalk if that happened to me, fam. Because no, I'm not gonna help a chick and then the chick try to crash out on me. Nah, they're gonna run out of chalk line, yeah, when I'm done. Yeah, fuck that bullshit. I'm not helping nobody. I'm not helping nobody, man. I said, I seen that video. Nah, you ain't seen that video, fam. I said, I ain't got better camera quality. No, it's the same. It's still an S9. Ah, to be fair though, obviously I used to do a lot of the JY's TV streams on that other shit phone and that. So yeah. So this Miss T person said, some are being controlled and have lost all confidence and self-esteem and just can't go. Bullshit. I don't give a what. Do you know what? Yeah, if you can't conjure up the strength to leave, yo, you deserve it. You deserve it for being so weak. But it's not that. I think deep down, they enjoy the turmoil of the ups and downs. I think deep down, you know, they enjoy getting a little ass whooping here and there. That's what I think. That's what I think. I think in some sick way, I think, yeah, they feel like, oh, when he puts hands on me, it means like that's his way of showing me love. As crazy as it seems, I think that's what it is. That's what it is. Someone said, would you consider yourself introverted or extroverted? I'll say I'm an introvert because I can literally just sit in my house all day long and not talk to nobody and not give a shit. But I'm extroverted in a way where I like visiting new tenants. I don't even want to go back to the same old tenant's house. I want to meet new tenants. Yeah, I don't mind obviously being in front of the camera. It's nothing, second nature and that. Look, I've got what, 21 people there, 16 people here, 25 people here. So a solid, you know, 60 people or something like that. Nothing, I don't care. But I'm an introvert in terms of I don't give a fuck about friends. I don't care about keeping in touch with family apart from my mum and my little sister. That's it. Literally, that's it. Yeah, I'm not interested. So I'm an introvert. I'm an introverted extrovert or extroverted introvert, whatever you want to say. A man said introvert don't fight. I don't know. Maybe I'm a different breed of introvert. I don't know. I'm a mix and blend of all different things. You know, like Cell from Dragon Ball Z. That's me, man. Bits and pieces of it. Now me, I'm a little bit nerdy, but you can tell man was on the road. Yeah, like when I say nerdy, I don't come across nerdy, but the things I like are a little bit nerdy. Like I love watching documentaries about space and the cosmos and that. Find me a road man that watches that stuff. Yeah, man ain't got no attention span whatsoever. Yeah, so that's why I say I'm into like little bits and pieces of things that's a bit nerdy. I like watching educational things. Right, let me see. Let me see. They'd rather an abuser than a nice bloke. Man said, "Is this your property? If so, big you up." Yeah, yeah. This is just my kitchen and that. Obviously, the living room don't look like this, obviously, because the living room, but there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there whatsoever. Man said an ambivert. Yeah, maybe. What's that? What's the Mandela effect? What's that? Never heard of that before. Big up Brando K. Man said new crib. No, same house. It's just obviously the man they were getting on to me saying that like man makes videos looking like I'm in a prison cell or something like that. Nah, I'm just in my kitchen. But I still ain't got no blinds or nothing like that. So literally it's I've got cardboard at the window. I don't give a fuck. Who fit the kitchen? I fitted it myself. I fitted it myself. Have you seen Tate's latest interview with Rob Moore? I saw a little clip of it. I will get around to watching it soon. I'll probably watch it when I go to my mom's house next. I probably will watch it because that's when I like to watch my Andrew Tate videos and that when I'm at my mom's house. Big up Jay Wise. How do you pick your tenants so you can avoid stress renting properties, renting out properties and that? Obviously, like there's certain like I mean I had one guy, yeah. I've had this a couple times, you know. I've had man phone me up. They're in the pub, and they're like, "Yeah, man, just need a fucking room." Like, man's talking like that, you know. Yeah, like one guy, like, "Yeah, man, just split on my fucking missus, mate." Like, I'm thinking, yo, I know. I'm thinking, I know this is Gumtree, yeah, but like, yo, it's a fuck or spare room or whatever it was, room find. I don't know where they got my number from, innit? Yeah? But I'm thinking like, nah, I ain't giving this guy my room. Fuck that. Like, yo, why are you swearing on the phone? Yeah. So people like that, I just avoid them people there. But obviously, like I say in it, like when I'm tenants come for the viewing, I tell them straight, if you fail to pay the rent, I'll serve you a notice. You have to leave. Don't give a fuck. Some people might think that's a bit borderline rude or whatever. It is what it is. But I'm letting you know what it is. But I still have never had nobody not pay their rent. Even though I've evicted 2 people, they were still paying their rent on time. The girl that I evicted, she paid her rent early. It's got nothing to do with that. You're an idiot. I don't want you nowhere near my house. So that's why I evicted her, innit? And after I evicted her, I went down to the house and I called the 2 tenants that were there. And I said, come in the kitchen, little meeting. Yeah. I said, as you can see, so and so has been evicted. I'm not having no tenants be rude to me. Yeah. I set precedents. I made that man there know any nonsense, you're gone, blood. Yeah. You're gone. But where's the rest of the video of the 2 most recent videos you posted? What were the videos about? I don't know. Let me know what the videos are about. I say kitchen tour. I mean, there's not much to talk about the kitchen, man. There ain't much food in the fridge. I mean, there's no food in the cupboard. My man's got about fucking 20 cans of mackerel in this cupboard. I'm not even joking. 20, more than that, blood. Probably about 30 cans of mackerel, you know. Running out of packs of noodles. I have to go to B&M tomorrow and get some packs of noodles. I said HMP living. Yeah. Then do you know where I got the noodles and the fish, the tinned fish from? Jail. Yeah. When I was in my cell in ISIS, not Felton because, well, Felton was on another level. But ISIS, yo, noodles. How did I used to prepare the noodles? We used to get the plastic container boxes, you know, like normal container boxes that you get from Chinese shops. We used to have the plastic container boxes. I used to boil the kettle, put fresh cold water in it, boil the kettle, put the noodles in the container. I used to break the noodles up actually, because when you put the packs of noodles in, they're too big and bulky. So I used to break them up, put them in the container. Oh, no, hold on. No, I think I used to use the plastic bowl. Yeah, so I used to use the cereal bowl. I used to break the noodles up, put them in the bowl, throw hot water in it, then put a plate on top to contain the heat and that. And then I used to reboil the kettle, put more water in the kettle, reboil the kettle and put a tin of tuna in the kettle, yeah, and boil the kettle so that the tuna can get hot. And then, yeah, obviously, it must have been one of those cans where you can rip the lid open, because I don't think they'll give you a can opener, because a man will turn that into a weapon. And I mean, a man can turn the can lid into a weapon if he really wants to. Innit? So yeah, after when the noodles were done, I would open up the can of tuna and eat that every day. Every day, obviously on top of the prison food. And obviously, man used to eat oats and that. Yeah. But this fly is getting on my nerves. Fuck, you'll be dead soon anyway. But yeah, that's what man was on. Well, yo, when I come out of prison, yo, like my mum was like, yo, you're looking big, yeah. Because when you're in jail, all you just do is weights and that, innit? To be fair though, when I used to go to the gym, I had a brother called Umar, big him up. Like this was my friend on road, and then I bucked him in prison and that. Me and him would just go there and just talk in the gym. So I didn't really do that much working out that much, because I just chat to my friend there and that. But yeah, you know, I met a couple friends in prison. You know, one guy that went to my school, I met him there in Feltham, and then when I went to ISIS, I met three men that I know, because ISIS was a strictly London prison. Like you can't go there unless you're from London. One of my friends that I met there, he actually moved to Manchester, but because he had a London address, when he got nicked, they sent him to ISIS. But yeah, man, ISIS was alright, man. Still, not that I want to go back, but yeah, it was alright, man. To be fair, when I was first coming out, like getting ready to leave, I didn't even care about leaving. You know, I said to I was talking like an idiot and that, like, and I remember the internal probation officer said, "The way you're talking, I'll give you 6 weeks. 6 weeks and you'll be back." And you know, touch wood, I ain't been back since. Man said, "Tell us a road rage story." How do you know I got road rage stories? I mean, other than that time, I'm trying to think of another road rage situation. Oh, you know what? Yeah, like I spoke about this once or twice and that. Basically, one time, yeah, I must have been outside my old house, and as I'm about to do like a 3-point turn in the road, some car didn't bother to give me way. He just tried to go around me and that. So I had to stop my car, and he stopped, and then he beeped his horn and that, and he got out. But man just got out of my car, walked up to him and rapped him. Yeah. So he said to me, "Why did you punch me?" I'm thinking, yo, these Northampton people are sick in their head. Blood, how can you think you're gonna get out of the car and not get a bang in your face, fam? Like, who do you think you are? This is why I don't like Northampton, yeah? These people will push it, but not expect to get wrapped up. Or I'm not saying I'm gonna do this, but other men are gonna do this. How can you expect to get out of your car and not get into a something? So anyway, man's rapped this guy now, and then he was just chatting some shit. So I got in my car and drove off, and I clocked like, he's actually following me, because the way I was going in, I just pulled into a dead end road and got out of the car and beat him up. I remember I literally kicked him over. Yeah. And yeah, there was some random person sitting in I remember there was in a black Golf, and it was watching this fight. Yeah. It was nighttime, it was dark outside, literally watching this fight. My man had front row seats. He's like, yeah, man, you won that fight. Still like, yeah, you damn right. Dickhead, following me to get yourself wrapped up. You should have carried on driving. Dickhead, jumping out your car like you're on smoke, and then following me. Mad, man. You deserve to get wrapped up for that. Get like, trust me, too many times in Northampton, because obviously I do a lot of driving around and that, and like, too many times, yeah, people, they can put themselves in a position where they can get smacked up. The other day, yeah, I must have been near one of my flats. Now, obviously, what I did was cheeky, yeah. These people were at the lights. I've come out of nowhere and cut in front of them. I know it was mad cheeky. Obviously, the woman in the car with her man had to beep. I'm like, yeah, whatever, innit? Yeah, cool. I understand I done wrong. Me personally, I wouldn't have beeped. I would have just let the guy do what he's doing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Anyway, beeps. Anyway, cool. The lights are gone green. I've driven off now. Innit? I'm looking in my rear view. This guy's like, well done, mate. Well done, well done. I'm like, you're a waste, man, bro. Anyway, I'm feeling myself like, yo, someone else that is a hothead and ain't got nothing to lose, they might get out and find out what you're really on. And you're not really on it. Because you know what? When I was driving off, I think to myself, if we was on the mean streets of Edmonton, Tottenham, or Hackney, if these Northampton people had to be in Edmonton, Tottenham, or Hackney for the day, and someone done that, press 1 in the chat if you think they would not have beat their horn. Press 1 in the chat if you think the guy would have gone like this. If this Northampton guy was on the mean streets of Edmonton, Tottenham, or Hackney. Because I promise you, he wouldn't have done that. But these Northampton people, they're very comfortable in their area. Yo, in London, you better be careful who you beep your horn at. You see my Honda Civic, yeah? Like, if I needed to beep someone, I would just blip it. Blip, blip. In this Astra, you can't do that. So if I need to beep my horn at someone, yo, it's a beep. You see that in certain cars, you can kind of just blip, blip. Yo, because if you beep your horn at someone, yo, you could get yourself hurt in certain areas. In Northampton, you can get away with beeping your horn at people and that. You know what I mean? Because no one's on nothing. But in London, you can't do that. Yo, everyone in Northampton thinks they're a G, even the gyal. One time, I was driving my car, and there was this Asian girl in this little silver Polo. As we're going around the bend, it's a one-way road. We're going around the bend. 2 lanes are going around the bend. One-way road. As we're going around the bend, this girl's driving slow. I just quickly just whipped in front of her. Yeah? Something said, look in your rear view. I looked in my rear view. I'm seeing fingers over the steering wheel. Blood, you know, I started slowing down. I thought, just carry on going. I'm like, yo, Asian girl. I think she even had hijab on or something like that. Or just maybe just a Indian girl. Hindu girl. Yo, fingers over the fucking steering wheel. I'm like, yo, is this girl crazy, blood? A man will stop his car and pull you up on those. Explain to me what this means, because I don't think you understand what this means. Mad. These people, yeah. Listen, I want them to go to London with that attitude. Because a lot of people in Northampton, they think they're bad. Yeah, because you're in a small world where people don't take violence to that level. Like, there would have to be a lot of arguing and back and forth to get it cracking. That's why these lot on this estate, they think I'm a madman. Or my other neighbors, they think I'm a madman. It's not that I'm a madman. I just take it to the level that it's going to get to eventually. So we just skip out all the talking and that, and we just take it to that level. You know what I mean? They're just not ready, blood. It's the worst thing about Northampton. If you got 0 tolerance and that, yeah, these people are going to push you. And the worst thing is, you'll put hands on them, even though they've started it, and then they'll be on to the phone to the Jakes. He did this. Fucking dickhead, man. Someone said, did you see what I tagged you in? Nah, what did you tag me in? I said, yeah, tuna gets you big inside and porridge, but get the mackerel with the hot sauce. That's the nice one. Yeah, yeah, I've got that. Yeah, 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 the spicy tomato sauce. Yeah, this one. I got 30 of them, blood. Yeah? This is what man lives on. Yeah? 30 of these, blood. Obviously, today I had some kebab. I bought Turkish food yesterday. How much is stamp duty? Oh, you're gonna have to do the calculator. I don't know. I mean, I just pay it. I can't remember how much it is. But to be fair, yeah, like if there was no stamp duty or stamp duty was as low as it was before the new increase in April, I probably would have bought another property. But I ain't paying on mad money in stamp duty. Bro, the stamp duty is almost the same, half the price of the deposit. Yeah, the stamp duty is half the deposit. Like, yo, 8%, you know. Oh, get out of here, man. The government is just making it harder for landlords every fucking year. They don't even want landlords to demand more than 1 month's rent up front. When there are people that are willing to give 12 months rent up front, trust me, I've seen it in London. Yeah, like it must be somewhere in South London, like, or maybe like Islington or somewhere. It was like a kind of zone 2 kind of area. I could just tell by the style of houses. I know it went Edmonton or Tottenham. So it's like a kind of like a zone 2 sort of area, innit? And they had this line outside this property. Yo, there was about 50 people going to view this property. So you know you are not getting this property. I mean, someone has to. But yo, I feel like I'm, a fortunate man. I don't think I'm that fortunate. If I'm one of 50 people going to view a property, I don't think I'm getting a property. Yo, if I see 50 people go to view a property, I probably wouldn't even line up. I would even line up. What's the fucking point? But anyway, there were 50 people in this line, and the narrator said, yeah, some people are willing to even pay 12 months rent up front. Now, the government are saying you can't even demand more than 1 month's rent up front. If the people that are willing to pay this money up front, why are you telling them no? They're just trying to make it harder and harder and harder for landlords. Sick. When there are landlords who are willing to build new properties as well, That's why I can't stand Labour government. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of their manifesto and that, but Labour government is basically this. Let me just sum up Labour government. They want to take from the rich to give to the poor. They want to take from the hardworking and give to the not so hardworking. They want to take from the ambitious and give to the lazy. That's what it is. Fuck all the increase in tax. I don't give a shit. That's what Labour is. They want to take from the rich to give to the poor. They want to take from the ambitious to give to the lazy. They want to take from the people that are willing to go out of their way to make something of themselves for the people that are just, I want to sit down and just be a mediocre person. That's what Labour government is. I don't care about anything else. That's what they are. That's their manifesto. That's their ethos. Someone said that's why a lot of rich people are leaving the UK. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I definitely ain't going to Dubai though. Fuck that. I'm not paying them. I saw a video the other day, yeah. A guy said, to live the Dubai life, to live the Dubai dream, you need to be earning £20,000 a month to live the Dubai lifestyle. Fuck that. You're dumb, blood. What? Just so you can say you live in Dubai? They're like, yeah, but you're paying for your safety. I don't feel unsafe in England. Listen, I don't know about you lot, yeah? But there's two sets of people in this world. There's wolves and there's sheep. I know which one I am, yeah? I don't feel unsafe anywhere, yeah? So, obviously, I don't walk around a big fucking chain company. You're going to make yourself a target, a big 100 grand Rolex watch and that. But I don't feel unsafe, yeah? Chatting to a youth today, and he said, I can't remember what he was talking about. I said to him, where in Northampton, yeah, would you say, like, is the roughest estate? Yeah? Like, if your mum said to you when you was younger, go to this estate on a Friday night and walk around for an hour, where is one place where you say, I'm not going there? And he told me, it's actually this area that I'm in now, yeah. He said he would never go there and walk around. Like, he said he don't even like going to the town centre. But this shoot moves like he was a road dude. I actually asked him, like, yo, did you used to rep ends back in the day? And he was like, nah, I've never done that. But he moves like he's a road dude. That's how it seemed to me, innit? So he's like, yeah, man, when you go to the town centre, man wanna ask you where you're from or what you're looking at. I'm like, yo, I've never had that before. I've been to the town centre bare times, but hey, different levels. I see a couple road youths and that, but hey, I don't know. Me, I don't feel unsafe walking the streets. So I just think it's a certain caliber of man. You know, like I said in my videos, yeah, there's man that I know from Edmonton who have moved out of Edmonton who say, fuck Edmonton. Edmonton's a shithole, I don't like Edmonton. I know why you don't like Edmonton. I know why you think it's a shithole, why you're glad to leave Edmonton. Because let me tell you something right now, yeah? When I'm on my way to Edmonton, when I cut down Berry Street and go down Winchester Road and cut onto Church Street and I bust a left and I see the big 3 tower blocks, I'm like, yes, I'm home. I love going back to Edmonton. I'm like a child going back to the playground. Yeah. Other man that I know, they don't like going to Edmonton. I know why. Because they were constantly in hiding. They had bad experiences. They got bullied and that. Man had no bad experience in Edmonton. Obviously, certain times man from the other side would come over and that. But other than that, 99.9% of the time, Edmonton was just a big playground. The only people man used to run from was the police. That's it. Yeah, us man, we were in charge of the ends and that. Yeah? So we didn't have no problems with nobody. Yeah, it was fun being in Edmonton. But other man that weren't a part of the A team, they were in fear of getting robbed. One youth that I know, I don't chat to him no more, but he got his jaw broken on his estate. Yo, you think anyone can move to me on my estate? From my estate? No way. No way. There's no estate I couldn't go to where anyone will try and move to me because all the people there were my people. But certain men don't have that experience because they are neeks, innit? So that's why they say, oh, I don't like Edmonton or fuck Edmonton. Even me, but I go Tottenham, no problem. I got beef with people in Tottenham from various different places. I don't walk with no shank, nothing. Go Tottenham on my own. I'm talking about this is when I was in beef with people when I was younger, not now. Fucking 32, nearly 33. But when I was younger, like, yo, man would go no knife, nothing. And I got beef with people. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. I had some youths try G-check me. I threw a punch at them first. You can't ask me where I'm from and think you're gonna get away with it, blood. Nah, you can't G-check. But so, yeah. Well, we didn't call it G-checking back then anyway, man. I think it was sticking it on, man, or something like that. But yeah. He even felt comfortable in other areas and that. So, anyway, be coming off in 5-10 minutes. You think the police should have guns? Nah, I don't think they need guns. Yeah, I mean, tasers are enough. I mean, certain man are tough, boy. I see man get tasered and rip the tasers off. I mean, I had a police come to my house a couple years ago and pull out tasers and that because, yeah, I mean, I had a situation and that, but obviously I didn't get tasered because I complied. See, I know how to handle interactions and situations with the police. Do what the fuck they say. It's as simple as, and you won't get shot in your head or tasered to the point where you lose all control of your body and then you hit your head and now you got some brain injury and that. Has a store employee ever been racist to you? No, I've never experienced racism in my life. Never. What's the podcast name you recently went on? I don't even fucking know. Give your best fighting tips. Oh man, I don't know, man. Punch him in the face. I don't know. I respect your content. I hope the young boys listen to you. Yeah. I mean, they're better off listening to me. Yo, listen, I shall block this person, you know. But yeah, someone said something, I was about to say something. I respect your content. I hope the young boys listen to you. Yeah, they're better off listening to me than their dad. You man right now, yeah, you lot can learn more from me. I can give you better tips on how to make it in life than your dad. Literally. Think about all the lessons your dad hasn't taught you. Think about all the gems your dad has not dropped on you. And think about all the lessons that I may have taught you. Think about all the gems that I may have dropped on you just watching my videos. I never even met you in real life. I could teach you more than your fucking dad. And I'm just a stranger on the camera. I'm just a guy off the street, just like you. Someone mentioned the recent podcast and that. The guy, the host of the podcast, like, oh yeah, tell us about your childhood. Like, big man, it was very normal. I bought ice poles. I ran for the bus. I went to taekwondo. I done some extracurricular activity. I played with Pokemon cards. I played Pokemon. I played with Beyblades. I played runouts. Normal. I can't tell you no stories about when we went on 3 holidays a year. I can't tell you stories about how, mum picked me up in, a Rolls Royce and we went out to this fancy restaurant or we went on a cruise. No, I don't have those stories. No. Very mediocre. Literally just a black kid with cane rolls. Yeah. Literally very mediocre. I used to walk to school. My mum let me start walking to school when I was 8 years old on my own. Very mediocre. I used to sit at the back of the bus, just like all the other black kids, at the top of the back of the bus. With my hood on my head, me and my brethren and that. I used to fight on the bus with my brethren, like play fight on the bus. Very mediocre. Just a guy off the street, someone you literally can walk past. Someone, if you're in Edmonton, you will see me. You will see me running around in Edmonton. You will see me going to Edmonton Green, just like a normal guy with an extra large t-shirt on, no swag. Yeah. Literally, just a normal guy. No holidays, I had it hard, What car do you have? I've got just Vauxhall Astra. So Kill said double tap the live. Nah, you don't need to. Coming off soon anyway, 5 minutes. I still got other things to do, man. Yeah, man got an Astra now. What Astra you got? I mean, 2010. This T said push back cheaper. Come on. Hey, who knows who King 68 is? Press 1 in the chat if you must know who King 68 is. One. Yeah, press 1 in the chat, you man, if you know who King 68 is. The tall guy that has the girls approaching him in the street. Man said 0. Bro, I thought you lot would know, No one's really saying that they know him. Anyway, this guy, just stands up like outside clubs and chicks approach him, to get his number. Now, some people have tried to say in the comment, this is staged. And I think there's been 1 or 2 videos, it did look like it was staged and that. Because the cameraman is standing way too close to the girl. And the girl wasn't looking like, who the hell's this random guy standing there? So, but some of them are real. Some of them are real. These random chicks be moving to this guy, like, and you can just tell, like, they're probably like touching on him, and I'm like, yo, that's mad. This fucking. What's his name? King 68. Type in on YouTube, King 68. You'll definitely find him on YouTube, like, on Instagram, because even if you don't type in like the correct wording and that, you should find it. But King 68, because he's 6'8", and the girls has literally got him and approaching him. He looks a bit like I mean, he might look a little bit like that Duke Dennis guy or whatever. But yeah. To be fair, I thought that Duke Dennis guy was a young you, like 23. Apparently, he's like 30 or something. Are you mates with Jail Tales? Nah, I don't know what that is. Jay Wise, I've seen your vid on Loud and it's true. I'm trying to stop, man. It's hard. So Loud is, yeah, a man saying he's trying to stop. Yo, none of this. All right, just this last zoo or one more zoo tomorrow and I'm going to quit. Nah, the last one was the last one, or you're never going to quit. Furthermore, to really show yourself that you're going to quit, whatever's left in that bag, dash it in the bin. Dash it in the bin. If you think to yourself, if you've got half a bag left and you think, nah, man, I'm not getting rid of that. Fuck that, nah. Yeah, if that's your mindset, bro, you're just gonna end up relapsing sooner or later. Astra, bad head gasket problems. Is it? Okay. What I probably will end up doing is get a Vectra instead. I might trade this car and then get a Vectra because I don't like the fact that the boot is that small. The boot's too small, man. I like to have a large boot space, so I might trade in to get a Vectra because I bought this like in a panic buy because the car that I had before, the windows didn't work and the aircon didn't work. You know when you get into a car when it's hot outside and yo, it's baking on the inside. That's what I was driving around in. Like obviously, man opened up the car doors and the boot to let fresh air get in, but once you shut the doors in, yo, it just gets hot again after like 2-3 minutes. I'll be in traffic and I'll open up the door just to let fresh air in. I'll be on the move at 30, 40 miles an hour. I'll be cracking open the door to let wind in. Yo, I'm too rich to be dealing with this bullshit. Yeah, someone said get another Honda. Do you know what? I prefer the drive of the Astra. I will make like a car review video of it though. But yeah, the Hondas is a bit too hard, man. I like the Astra. It's better suspension than that, man. Being in the Honda Civic Type S, man, it's like driving around in a fucking like a sports car, man. Yeah, but it's way more spacious. So you never know, man. Toyota Urus is the way to go. Yeah, but it's the Toyota. Is that a how big is it though, man? Is it a small car? Right, coming off in 1 minute. It's already 1 minute past 11. Man, going through the struggle, you know. Yeah, Hondas are quite low. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, man. So yeah, I prefer the drive of the Astra though, definitely. I say get a Lambo. You know, I probably will end up getting like a McLaren or a Ferrari. Maybe I'll get a Ferrari, you know, just so I can say I got a Ferrari. Yo, you know, Jay's got a Ferrari. Because yo, listen, man's held out for a long enough time driving these shit cars. I have to get something wow. Yeah. I mean, I could afford to run a Ferrari. I wouldn't be able to buy it outright, but definitely I could afford to pay monthly 2 grand. Yeah, I could drive a Ferrari if I really wanted to. But the thing is, as well, it's the maintenance. See, everyone can find the deposit or even buy the Ferrari. It's the maintenance. Yo, £300 a tire and shit like that. Full service, 1,500. Yeah, 1,500. So yeah, man, you never know. Like soon, man, I'm gonna get a Ferrari and that. Yo, man's been driving these shit cars for a long time and that, man. Just get an electric scooter. But yeah, coming off 10 seconds. Why do you buy apartments over houses? Nah, man buy houses. The last two properties I bought are houses. I ain't buying no more flats. I will build flats, but I'm not buying no more flats. All right, I'm gone. See you lot next time, yeah? This guy's a waste, man, fam. On my cheesy feet, bro. All right, YouTube man, then. Yeah, for real. I should ban him in it. Yeah, let me ban him now. Oh, houses, not better investments than flats. I say houses are better investments than flats, man. Houses go up in value faster than flats, apparently. Anyway, I'm out.